Welcome to the channel, guys. Low Country Lowdown. We've got a golf cart body that my cousin dropped off, Ryan Fenters. He's with Fentertainment. I want to check out his channel. But he dropped it off because we're going to do some repairs for him. We have a big hole here. Got some cracks. There's one here. There's one here. There's one here. And then there's one over here. A lot of stuff to go over in this video, so I'll probably have to make 2 of them. So this would be part 1. So stay tuned, we're gonna tackle this hole. Thank you. First thing we're gonna wanna do is clean out this hole. We got a lot of rough edges, a lot of things, little loose particles and a little piece of plastic and stuff. We wanna try to route it out and get you a Dremel tool or a little tip on a drill like I got. So here we go. You want to make sure you get to the back side as well, clean the back side up. Now we got our edges routed out, got that hole cleaned up a little bit. We're going to fine tune it with some 80 grit. You want to make sure clean the inside up as well. Got the outside cleaned up pretty decent. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the inside and then show you guys what we got. It's a pretty hard to reach area. Now what we're going to do is really give this thing a good cleaning to make sure all this plastic is very clean. Trying to make sure the area around the repair is very clean. In hindsight, I probably should have took it outside and washed it off with some good old soap and water, but I'm just trying to focus on this hole for this video. Before I do anything else, I'll wash the rest of it. All right, now we got it all cleaned off. We got it all sanded down. With any kind of plastic repair with a big hole like this or something, you really have 2 different operations. You got a backside repair and then a front side, more of a cosmetic repair. So let's go ahead and get the backside done. And for that, I'm using this product from 3M. There's a bunch of different products out there that'll probably work for this, but this is the one I'm going to be using. I'm just going to put some tape on the front side so that the material doesn't come out the front. Show you guys what we got. So it looks like from the inside. And that tape is just to make sure it don't fall out in front. And like I said, this is the backside repair. We'll worry about the front side when this gets done. I don't know that it's 100% necessary or not, but I'm gonna be adding some stainless steel mesh to the backside as well. Kind of give it some strength since that's a pretty large hole. This is gonna kind of act like rebar and concrete. Just as an analogy. Just show you how this is going to go. This side's going to go something like that. And if I can get the other one. Let me get in there something like that. And try to press it to the sides when I get the glue in there. First thing you want to do before you use the glue, adhesion promoter. And allow that to sit for a little bit. Now we're ready for some glue. I'm just going to fill it up basically to start with, and then I'm going to add the wire mesh. And basically I just got it globbed in there for right now. With the glove on, you can kind of get your fingers in there and make it work. Feed the wire in there. I'll get you guys closer in a minute so you can see what I got. Not perfect, but it is a hard spot to work in. As you can see, we got the wire mesh down and you got it all the way in there to the top on both sides, and that should help us get a little reinforcement. He's got another hole here. I know it's supposed to have a little hole. Might have to drill that out. I'm gonna do the same prep with the grinder and the 80 grit and all that. I'm just going to use a different glue product and see what happens. This is what we got. Got it all sanded down, smoothed out, some 80 grit. I'm gonna do everything the same that we did on the first one with the wire mesh and the tape on the front side, except I'm gonna use some JB Weld, some plastic bonder. I know not everybody, may not be able to get the 3M product, so try this one out and see what we got. When you cut these, you want to make sure you get it past the hole on the back side. Went ahead and got some tape on the front side. Always want to hit with some adhesion promoter. I'm gonna let that dry, and we're gonna put some JB Weld on it. There we got our adhesion promoters. Had time to set up. So let's get going. Just 2-part epoxy. Might have to mix up some more. Underestimated it. Well, maybe not. Definitely runny. Now we got that on there. Put our little mesh on. Try to work it in. guess I'm just gonna have to sit here and keep dabbing it until it sets up. It's definitely not as fast as the 3M product. For the JB Weld, I found out that, or at least from my experience here, if you let it set up a little bit, you can just keep dabbing it, and it kind of fills in the wire mesh a little better. So we probably won't have to add any more. Just gonna keep it. You just gotta babysit it. I think I'm gonna leave it alone at this point. It's starting to set up. I don't want to mess it up. Get you guys closer so you see what it looks like. It is definitely not pretty, but this is just backside reinforcement. That's all it is. It's not supposed to be beautiful. Pull the tape off. Still not 100% dry. Got a little tape stuck in there, but I just want to show you guys kind of what it looks like. And like I said, this is just a backside reinforcement. Even though it came all the way to the front, we're still gonna do some more work to it on this front side. And I'm gonna need to let this dry probably overnight, especially the JB Weld one. You know, let that thing dry. But yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. So from this point, now all we gotta do is try to make the front side look pretty. More of a cosmetic repair. First thing we're gonna do is you're gonna take a DA with some 80 grit, smooth all this out, get the cracks smoothed out and everything, and then get ready for some cosmetic filler material. Let you guys see what we got on the inside. Got a couple little holes in there, but the repair material that I'm gonna use for the outside will fill those in. In order for me to get in here in this little tight spot, I'm gonna be using a belt grinder just to clean it up a little bit on the inside. And if you don't have one of these, you can just obviously do it by hand, just take a little longer. So I'm gonna get that going. I'm also kind of going to try to bevel out the crack or the edge to make sure my repair material for the front side actually gives something to bite to and help support it a little bit. Got it kind of routed out around the edge, and this is the backside reinforcement. You're going to want this area here to be slightly lower than the outside to give your, your cosmetic repair material, some depth. On the inside, there's definitely a hole. You could fill it back up with the reinforcement material again, and I may look on the backside, and I might do that. I'm not sure yet. The JB Weld did the same thing I did on the other one. I just kind of went around and routed it out and just make sure it's a little bit lower than everything else so that you have something to fill. I mean, we still got good reinforcement back here. I think the front side material should take care of that. Go ahead and show you guys that. Here's the product I'll be using on the front side. It's just a cosmetic repair material made for plastics. I'm still going to want to make sure I got 80 grit scratches all over this, which I do because I went with a DA, but I'm kind of going to go back over the edge and on the inside by hand just to make sure I got all my areas covered with 80 grit before we use this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just like before, we're gonna clean it off. Always want to use a heater promoter. We'll give that approximately 10 minutes to set up, and then we're gonna put the material on it. The majority of this is just too hard to get with a Bondo spreader or anything like that. So for the areas in here, I'm just gonna use my hand and try to get in here and maybe flatten it out a little bit with a paint paddle. But I can't get in here to work with a Bondo spreader. It doesn't make sense. I could do it out here. So here we go. And I know that looks like just a big glob of mess, but once it sets up, we'll sand it down and see what we got. And we're back the next day, and I got some 180 on the DA. We're just gonna knock this down. I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. I don't see a point in you guys sitting here watching me sand all this and refill it. You kind of got the gist of it for what this video is, and we're filling a hole. Just a quick recap: make sure you get your backside reinforcement done, and then you come around to the front with your cosmetic material. And then after that, once you get it to this stage where it's feathered out, I got a pinhole here I'm gonna fill, but you know, once you get it all feathered out smooth and matched with the plastic, you know, your next step is prime. And you're gonna wanna put some adhesive promoter on any plastic before you prime it, but then prime and paint whatever your circumstance is. You know, if it's textured plastic, you may have to get some texture coating material to blend out the texture. In this particular golf cart body, Ryan would like me to get all this stuff smooth. So that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna put primer on this area. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, Low Country Lowdown. You may stick around for part 2. Part 2, we're gonna tackle these cracks. That'll be the next process on his golf cart. Thank you.